Hi, horse friends. In today's video, Beck and I thought we might talk to you guys about how the flow of our channel works and the videos that we're creating. We've had some people recently say that our videos are all negative, so we thought we might talk about what we post and how the algorithm works.
How it works for you guys as viewers and everything, for those of you who might be unaware. So when you're watching videos, whether it's on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, different things like that, anything that has an algorithm, anything that has like that kind of processing, it's building it based off of your engagement. So whatever you're watching, the length of time of whatever video you watch takes a play in that. Any engagement that you do as far as commenting, liking, sharing it, and the amount of times you repeat watch something.
Yes.
It will build based off of that. So if you quickly scroll past certain videos, the algorithm's going to see like the overall concept or a topic of said video and put that into a compilation of anything that's like that. You swiped past it really fast, so you're not interested in that kind of thing. There's no real engagement, so it's not going to show you those things. The more you spend time on something, the more you are going to see that kind of video from either the same person or channel, as well as ones that are similar by others.
And I think a lot of people make the mistake of thinking that they see all the videos from a channel, and that's not how it works. The algorithm is not looking necessarily for a channel in particular. It's looking for a type of video. So this drives me nuts because sometimes I'll accidentally click on something that I thought it was something and it's really something else. And then my whole feed is full of that and I don't want any of it. So then I have to almost purposefully go into search and look for something else and really dig for something else to bring back what it is I want to see. Even if I'm following that person, it just won't show it to me in my browse feed because my notifications feed is something different. So how our channel works is we have a segment that comes out in the morning that is a news segment. We mainly do long form videos. So the news segment could be hot topics in the FEI. It could be new veterinary research. It could be, something to do with the quarter horse industry. We have a whole wide range of things that could be coming out in the news section.
Ones about abuse cases.
Yes.
Against horses as well as people.
Mm-hmm.
We've done some about that young lady that rescued those horses from a fire.
Right.
So it's a fairly wide topic within news and information, but it is information for you guys, for people.
But just remember, so the thing is, along those lines, if you like and watch the abuse case, you might not see the positive ones. Mm-hmm. So the algorithm kind of decides who you are. So how YouTube works is they find videos for the viewer.
Yeah.
They don't find viewers for the creator. That's not how this works. You guys are their customer. So anyway, so we do the news in the morning, and then the afternoon is generally a shorter video that is how to, what is, and why. Okay. So we've done videos on percent. We've done product review videos also as well in there. We've done videos on how to put on stirrup bars, how to put stirrup leathers on stirrup bars. We've done a whole bunch of videos on there. Now, also remember too, it depends on what time you log in. Mm-hmm. So I encourage you to go through a creator's whole channel, through their playlists, and really look and see what it is they are offering in scope.
Yeah. And not every channel is going to be a wide variety of topics. Mm-hmm. We have that because that's what we wanted. When we started this channel, when we were talking about doing something like this, we talked about what we might want to offer to people. And one of the things we talked about is there's a lot of training videos out there, a lot of different advice of training and different things. And while we'll have a little bit of that within our channel and all, we didn't want that to be the main focus because there's already a lot out there. And there's a lot of topics that we cover that aren't really covered or are kind of glossed over in a vague manner.
Yeah, so that's why we called ourselves the Scholarly Equestrian. And it's really interesting. So like we did one just recently on sudden death in horses. And one of the things that happened is the video seemed to get into a group of people that were negative for any sort of change or any sort of information. And that does happen, right? Because like I said, when they start commenting, that's the route that the algorithm starts to send the video to. And it was interesting because for me, I can view veterinarian research as positive or negative. And to me, I choose to view it as positive. For one, if you're a veterinarian and you get grant money, there's a lot of influencing that has to go into to actually get the money. So like in this case, there was a decent amount of grant money done. They tested around 150 horses on heart monitors. This is not a cheap study. They had to prove that this was needed to have it done. This is not something that we're making up. They had to prove and have somebody give them money to do it. So now they came up with this incredible study that shows promising research for the future and maybe identifying what causes this sudden death in horses. And I view that as a wonderful, optimistic change.
Yeah.
I don't view it as the horse world is terrible and they're killing horses. No, this is something that was going to happen. And so try to realize that when you're looking at videos, try to realize that unless we acknowledge what is happening, we can't fix it and make things better. As a human race, we should be trying to evolve to become better. And by doing that, we have to recognize a problem first and accept it. Mm-hmm. And to me, this university and these researchers and these grantors had done that. They had recognized a problem, they had accepted it, and they say, how do we try to make this better? And that's what we're trying to do as a channel. We're trying to make things better.
Yeah. And we give you the information, maybe some tools, depending on what it is that we're talking about, if we have some tools or options for you guys. And then the rest is on you. Yeah. The rest is up to you and how you want to take that step to make the changes you want. And remember, what changes you want to see, you have to be involved in it. You can't just wish for it or hope for something to be better. You have to be active participants.
You do. Yeah. Yeah. It is up to you and me to make the world a better place for horses. And we do that by understanding how to care for them, by realizing what's going on in the equestrian world, the people that are trying to make change and the people that aren't. It starts with you and me. And that's what we are trying to do. One person can make a difference because one person becomes 2, becomes 3, becomes 4, and so on. So thank you so much for joining us, and let us know if you have any comments, and we appreciate all of you.